The morning air is tense. As the first rays of sunlight break over Manila Bay, the city stirs with a sense of anticipation. The usual calm of dawn is replaced by a collective unease, as if everyone is holding their breath, waiting for something monumental to unfold. Across the city, people sense that today is not just another ordinary day. News anchors deliver breaking headlines with urgency in their voices. The atmosphere in newsrooms is electric, with journalists scrambling to keep up with the rapidly developing story. Every update is met with a flurry of activity as producers and reporters work together to bring the latest information to the public. Philippines launches unprecedented naval operation in West Philippine Sea, blares across screens. The headline dominates every channel, every social media feed, and every front page. It's a message that reverberates not just through the Philippines, but across the region and the world. Social media explodes with videos of Philippine Navy vessels cutting through the turquoise waters, sailors waving the national flag. Hashtags trend nationwide as citizens share their pride and support. The sight of the Navy ships, resolute and determined, becomes a symbol of national unity and courage. There's excitement, but also anxiety. Filipinos watch with pride and a little fear. In living rooms, cafes, and public squares, people gather around screens, their faces a mix of hope and worry. For many, this moment stirs memories of past struggles, but also a renewed sense of patriotism. Reporters at the harbor describe scenes of families waving goodbye to the sailors. There's determination on every face. Mothers, fathers, and children embrace their loved ones, whispering words of encouragement and prayers for safety. The emotional farewells are a testament to the sacrifices made by those who serve and the families who support them. Journalists ask, is this the turning point in the long-running maritime dispute? Experts weigh in, debating the risks and potential outcomes. Some see this as a bold assertion of sovereignty, while others caution that the stakes have never been higher. Some call it a David versus Goliath moment. The phrase echoes in editorials and on protest placards, capturing the spirit of a nation standing up to a much larger adversary. It's a story of courage, resilience, and the belief that even the smallest can make a difference when they stand together. Others warn of possible clashes ahead. Military analysts dissect every move, highlighting the risks of escalation. The tension is palpable as both sides monitor each other's actions, ready for any eventuality. The possibility of confrontation looms large, casting a shadow over the day's events. People remember past confrontations with China, memories of tense standoffs and heated exchanges at sea resurface, reminding everyone of the challenges that lie ahead. The scars of previous encounters are still fresh, fueling both caution and resolve. But this time feels different. There's a sense of unity and purpose that hasn't been seen in years. The nation stands behind its navy, hopeful that this bold move will mark a new chapter in the struggle for sovereignty and peace. The government's message is clear: enough is enough. Officials speak with conviction, vowing to defend the country's rights and interests. Public rallies echo the sentiment as citizens demand respect and justice on the world stage. The world is watching closely as the Philippines makes its move. International media outlets broadcast live updates, analysts from around the globe weigh in, and neighboring countries monitor the unfolding events with keen interest. The eyes of the world are fixed on the West Philippine Sea, waiting to see what happens next. The Philippine government has taken bold and decisive steps in recent months, signaling a new era of determination and resolve. Faced with growing challenges in the West Philippine Sea, officials have made it clear that they will not back down from defending the nation's sovereignty and maritime rights. To reinforce their presence, they have deployed additional Navy ships to patrol the waters they claim as their own. These patrols are not just routine, they are a visible assertion of the country's commitment to safeguarding its territory and supporting its people. Civilian boats, now regularly escorted by Navy vessels, brave the open sea to deliver much-needed supplies to Filipino fishermen and isolated military outposts. These missions ensure that those living and working on the front lines are not forgotten, and that they have the resources they need to endure. In addition, new radar stations are being installed on even the smallest islands and sandbars. These advanced systems will help monitor activity in the region, providing early warnings and enhancing the country's ability to respond to any threats or incursions. Officials have also announced ambitious plans to build stronger, more resilient shelters for troops stationed on disputed reefs. These upgraded facilities will offer better protection from the elements and improve the living conditions for those serving far from home. To increase transparency and international awareness, the government has invited journalists and foreign diplomats to visit these outposts. By allowing the world to witness their efforts firsthand, they hope to garner support and understanding for their cause. The message is unmistakable. These waters, these islands, and these reefs belong to the Filipino people. The flag flying high is a symbol of national pride and a reminder that the country will stand firm in the face of adversity. Regular patrols are now scheduled, with both the Navy and Coast Guard working together to maintain a constant presence. Their coordinated efforts help deter illegal activities and reassure citizens that their government is actively protecting their interests. Coast Guard ships are vigilant, using loudspeakers to warn away foreign vessels that venture too close to Philippine waters. These confrontations are handled with professionalism, but the message is firm: unauthorized entry will not be tolerated. Recent satellite images reveal a surge in activity around Philippine-controlled islands. New structures, increased personnel, and bustling supply operations all point to a nation strengthening its hold and preparing for any eventuality. The government continues to reassure the public, making frequent statements that emphasize their unwavering commitment. We will protect our rights, our people, and our future in these contested waters. Ordinary citizens have stepped up as well, donating food, water, and essential supplies for the sailors and soldiers stationed at sea. Their generosity is a testament to the deep sense of patriotism that runs through the nation. As these efforts continue, the sense of unity among Filipinos grows ever stronger. Across the country, people are coming together, united by a shared purpose and a collective hope for peace, security, and national dignity. The West Philippine Sea is not just a patch of blue on the map. It holds rich fishing grounds that support millions of Filipinos. Beneath the waves are oil and gas reserves, vital for energy security. Shipping lanes here are some of the world's busiest, linking Asia with the rest of the globe. For many Filipinos, these waters mean food on the table and jobs for families. The sea also holds deep historical importance. Generations have sailed, fished, and lived in these waters. Losing access would hurt the country's economy and spirit. Control of the sea is also about national pride. Other countries, including China, claim the same waters, but for the Philippines this is about survival and dignity. The stakes are high. China is watching the Philippines' moves with growing concern. Official statements from Beijing call for calm and restraint, but state media show images of Chinese Coast Guard ships patrolling nearby. The Chinese government warns against provocations. There are rumors of military exercises in nearby waters. Chinese fishing vessels linger at the edge of Philippine patrol zones. Some experts say Beijing is surprised by the boldness of Manila's actions. For years, China has built bases and deployed ships in the disputed sea. Now the balance seems to be shifting. Diplomats from both countries trade sharp words. China faces a dilemma: how to respond without looking weak, but also without risking open conflict. Tensions rise, and the world takes notice. On a clear and tranquil morning, a Philippine Coast Guard ship steadily makes its way toward the shallow, contested waters of Ayungin Shoal. The crew stands at attention, scanning the horizon as the sun rises, casting a golden glow over the restless sea. Every journey here is a test of nerves and resolve, as these waters have become a symbol of national pride and sovereignty. But even before the Philippine ship draws close, Chinese Coast Guard vessels are already present, forming a silent but unmistakable blockade. Their imposing presence sends a clear message. This is a contested space, and they intend to hold their ground. The tension is palpable, as both sides know that a single wrong move could escalate the situation. Suddenly, loudspeakers from both sides crackle to life, broadcasting stern warnings in both Chinese and Filipino. The air vibrates with tension, each announcement a reminder of the high stakes. Crew members listen intently, their faces set with determination and worry, knowing that every word matters in this delicate standoff. Out of nowhere, a small Filipino supply boat surges forward, flanked closely by a Navy escort. The maneuver is swift and calculated, designed to deliver much-needed supplies to the outpost on the shoal. Every second counts as the crew works together with practiced precision, aware that any delay could put them at risk. Journalists, invited to witness the operation, film every moment as supplies are transferred quickly from one vessel to another. Their cameras capture not just the handover, but the anxiety etched on every face. The world is watching, and every action here could make headlines. Back on shore, Filipino fishermen gather in small groups, sharing stories of being chased away by foreign ships in the past. Their voices are a mix of frustration and hope. Now, with the Coast Guard's presence, they feel a renewed sense of safety, daring to venture out further than before. "We can fish again," says one old man, his voice trembling with emotion, tears welling in his eyes. For him and many others, the ability to return to the sea means more than just livelihood. It is a return to dignity and tradition, a small victory in a larger struggle. Yet, beneath the relief, the risk remains ever present. The crew stays vigilant, scanning the horizon for any sudden movement or unexpected threat. Every trip is a gamble, and the possibility of confrontation is never far from their minds. The Coast Guard crew prepares for every possibility, donning protective gear and reviewing protocols. They know that any misstep, no matter how small, could trigger a serious incident with far-reaching consequences. As night falls, the ships turn off their lights, blending into the darkness. In the quiet, each side watches the other, engines idling, ready to respond at a moment's notice. The silence is heavy, broken only by the sound of waves and the occasional radio transmission. The sense of danger never truly fades. Crew members take turns on watch, their nerves stretched thin as they peer into the darkness, alert for any sign of movement. Every shadow could be a threat, every sound a warning. Both sides remain cautious, holding their positions with unwavering resolve. No one wants to be the first to back down, and so the standoff continues, an uneasy balance on the open sea, where every day brings new challenges and the hope for a peaceful resolution. China faces a new kind of challenge. For years, they have used what are called gray zone tactics, harassing ships, building artificial islands, and intimidating rivals without open fighting. But the Philippines' new actions are, well, changing the game. Manila is transparent, inviting the world to watch. Beijing must decide how to respond. If they push too hard, they risk international backlash. If they do nothing, other countries might follow the Philippines' example. The stakes are high for China's image and strategy. Every step is watched by the United States, Japan, and honestly, the world. China's leaders meet in closed rooms, weighing their options. The pressure is on. The South China Sea, once a showcase of Chinese power, now becomes a real test. The relationship between the Philippines and China has changed overnight. Where there was once cautious diplomacy, now there is open defiance. Official meetings become tense, trade talks slow down. The mood in Manila is firm. Sovereignty must come first. Chinese investments in the Philippines are suddenly less welcome. Protesters gather outside the Chinese embassy, waving banners and singing patriotic songs. Filipino politicians debate how far to push, balancing courage with caution. Both sides accuse each other of aggression. Trust breaks down. Old friends and new allies watch, wondering what comes next. The Philippines' actions send ripples across Southeast Asia. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia watch carefully. Some are inspired, thinking of their own disputes with China. The United States offers support, sending more ships for joint patrols. Japan and Australia praise Manila's courage. ASEAN meetings grow tense. Some nations urge calm, while others quietly cheer the Philippines. Global media focuses on the region, analyzing every move. International law experts debate who is right. The world wonders. Is this the start of a new era in the South China Sea? Or could things spiral out of control? The story is far from over. The Philippines has shown courage, but the risks remain. China may try new tactics, more patrols, more pressure, or even economic moves. A sudden clash at sea could spark a crisis. Still, hope remains. Diplomacy could yet find a way. Talks may resume, with new respect for Philippine resolve. The world will keep watching. For now, Filipino sailors stand guard, facing the horizon with pride. One thing is clear. The West Philippine Sea is no longer just a battleground for ships. It has become a symbol of a nation's will to defend its future. The next chapter is about to begin.